Hey guys, Nicole here, and I have a layout share for you. Sorry for my cameras moving a little bit here. I have a new setup and I'm playing with it a little bit. Hopefully it stops shaking here shortly. Anyway, I was able to scrapbook. I'm so excited. I have not done very much lately. We have some things going around the house, and we're doing just a lot of work in our basement right now. And some of that will include, actually, I'm gonna really just clean and reorganize and refresh my room up a little bit. And so I just haven't done a lot lately. But I did get away this last weekend to scrapbook with my best friend, and I am so excited to share my layouts with you. And I also have some news at the end, which is exciting for me. And but I'll just get started so I don't take up too much of your time. So worked with lots of different collections. I'll try to tell you which ones they are if I can remember the names of them, because I am still catching up on sleep. But I know I worked a lot with Paige Evans' Fancy Free collection from Pink Paisley, and this is one of them. I worked through Jen Scow's collection Disconnection on YouTube, her series, a class on big picture called, I think it's Pattern Paper Play, I think. It focused on using pattern paper in creative ways. So did lots of new things, which was really fun. So I'll try to point those out as I'm going through the layouts. So here, this is pretty much a scrap lift of Jen Scow. I loved using up these frames to chipboard a cardstock one, and then this acetate one. And I did add in to this collection some Amy Tan wood tags that I had. I think this is the second pack of those I've had, and I used almost all of them up. And then just did some layering around the grid there and on top of some of the frames, and then just added in these two sides here, and then use these little puppy X stickers as though they're stitches. So that was a really fun one to make. This one is probably one of my favorites. I do need to reprint both of these photos because Shutterfly cut off my daughter's head. I need to figure out what's going on there because they used to kind of fix anything like that for me, and lately I've just been having a hard time getting that not to happen to some of my photos, so I just need to figure that out. But I need to reprint those. But I just went ahead and put them in so I could see how the layout was looking, and just did the grid. This is from Jen Scow's series as well. Just love the colors. I just brought out the colors in the dress and the cardigan and even her necklace, because her necklace was silver, and just thought that was really a really pretty combination of papers to complement her outfit. It's just very soft. This one is just pulling a different group of colors, this red and then greens and blues, and so I just kind of kept that with paper with the buttons with the embellishments around the photo. Used a bunch of different textures, had this wood here, and then used some chipboard, some puffy stickers, some flat stickers, button, some acetate. So just a good variety of texture there behind the photo. The journaling comes up actually. And this was also a Jen Scow, both of these were. And using the arrows, and then I pulled some of those arrows over here and then just layered and embellished around the photo. Used some puppy stickers, some acetate, different things. Acetate down here as well. And then I used we went to Hobby Lobby, and I think I got a Maggie Holmes stamp that I hadn't gotten yet, like roller stamp, and so I used that quite a bit over the weekend. And I used Last Splatter Miss All Heidi Swap. This one's a 12 by 12 and a 6 by 12, and just did that because I had too many photos and I didn't want to leave any out or cut them down. So I did add in these craft tags and then these tags here from Target Dollar Spot that I've had got a long time ago, and I had added them into this kit because I looked at them. They were in the basket on the floor. I'm like, oh, those match the Paige Evans collection perfectly. So I went ahead and added them to the kit and was able to use those. Just did some embellishment clusters around the photos, and just did use this pattern paper that was here and put one strip over here just to bring that all in together, and use the stickers from the collection for the title. That was fun. This one was very simple. Just used one of the journaling or one of the Project Life type of cards, some pattern paper, one of the stickers, an Amy Tan wood piece, Target tag, and the Paige Evans little puffy stickers there, and called that good. Journaled the story and kept it very simple. This one is fairly simple as well, just some layering behind the photo with different textures. I have these acetate tags that I used throughout, and then I added in an acetate word up here just to keep it fluid throughout the layout, and then just lots of different, again, chipboard stickers, which I pop dotted, these silver hearts, some chipboard, some twine. I used a lot of twine this time around, I realized, which is good. I have a lot of it, need to use it, so that one was fun. And then this one was a scrap lift from a class, big picture class, that pattern paper one. And the focus was using your pattern paper to make these crosses or these plus signs or whatever you want to call them, and then just interspersing them in the background, making your own background. And it was just really, really fun and different. And then just embellished here, and then title, and then just intersperse some of these buttons, and this wood veneer piece, because I had wood veneer here, and up here. I'm trying to hurry so I don't take up all the time. Let me see where I'm at here. Okay. This one I just pulled blues and greens, and this was also from that class, and just told a story about how my dog does not like thunderstorms. So I used the phrase from the Paige Evans collection that said most favorite and just made my own, changed it up to make my own title. It was a perfect place for the cloud, and just kind of kept that color scheme going throughout. And it just pulled the green and the blues from the picture, and then we have the white here, which is why I put in these white thickers. So I thought that worked really well. And then this one is using last summer's crepe paper summer collection. And for the life of me, cannot think of what it was called. I'm so sorry. Everything is not, I have not taken stuff out of their bags yet, so I can't look. Is it poolside? Is that right? Anyway, I pulled some older collections and summer themed collections. I knew I lost summery photos to Scrapbook. So this was one of those, and love how that turned out. I love the colors. The colors are really pretty. Same with this one as well. Same collection. And I use more like the peachy reds because I had like a reddish shirt on, and then my daughter had yellow. So I just used the colors in the pictures to work with, to figure out what colors I wanted to work with. And I used 6x6 papers in a quadrant there, and then just embellished in those three places. This one is using, played a lot with My Mind's Eye. Is that? Okay. I think it's maybe called, is it called Jubilee, or it's a My Mind's Eye collection. It's older, but super pretty. I don't know if Jubilee is right, but it was one of those. Like, they all kind of came out together. I got it from steals.com, so I know I have it in a past haul. But just really super pretty, very bright and colorful. And so I actually had pulled pictures a while back to go with this collection because I knew that they would fit perfectly. And so this is one of those. And Angie and I did a challenge where we each created layouts and we swapped and had to scrapbook each other. And then we also did one where we took turns picking sketches online, and then we would both use that sketch. So we just had a lot of fun doing different things. I did pull in some stamp sets that were reading themed. I have two of them. One from Pink Fresh and one from Ellie, is it Ellie Edwards? No. Pink Fresh, and I'm not for sure who the other one's by, but I did pull in some reading theme stamps because this was a reading luau. And you know what? I know what I'm missing. Okay, some of these layouts have divided page protectors that go next to them. And I don't think it's this one, I'll have to find out. There's a couple that I had like multiple photos of something, and so I put all the remaining photos in divided page protectors. Some of them I had maybe pocket or two I embellished, but those are in some random bag upstairs, and so I'm not going to grab them. I'll just show you the layouts themselves, and I'll try to point out when that's the case. But this one I used the fringe scissors because I thought this would be fun just for the Luau themed, and just loved how the colors worked with these photos. Let me see, here's some more from that. Here, that floral paper just worked out perfect, and again used some of the reading themed stamps, and I think maybe I have a divided page protector for the rest of these photos. I had lots of pictures of them reading and playing games and things. So I think that's where I have one accompanying page that is not here. This one is from that My Mind's Eye collection, mostly, I think all of it. And just very simple. I used some vellum to kind of just tone down that floral paper, but then some strips, some chipboard. Just cut a acetate piece in half there and layered that. Just pulls that black up to the top and the bottom. This one I also pulled in a pink fresh line. So some of these, like I started off with Paige Evans, then I'd pull in like another paper line, and then I maybe put those away and then start with another paper line, then decide to pull the other ones back in because they kept working for me. So it's just definitely a mix. I know this is from the crepe paper as well as the background. This is pink fresh, and the paper's embellishments are just a mix of the My Mind's Eye and then crepe paper embellishments. So it's fun. I loved how these papers sometimes are hard for me to use. They have lots of designs in the background. The pink fresh papers do. This one worked perfect just because it pulled in all the different colors that were showing up in the outfits of the girls, the peach, the pinks, the blues, and that worked really nicely. So, and this was actually, I think, a Chamel sketch. We did some of her Glitter Girl classes as well. This is definitely a mix of product. I'm seeing pink paisley. I'm seeing some, I think this is My Mind's Eye back here. This is just from my stash, I think. This is from pink paisley. It's just a mixture of layers. This one also has a divided page protector, so the rest of the photos of her in her music concert was on this side in horizontal 4x6, and then on the back is my other daughter's concert pictures, and then to bookend that will be the layout of her and her outfit, which I've done a couple layouts already, but not so much focus on that actual evening or finding the outfit or whatever. The stories I'm going to tell about that. So this is my oldest daughter's pictures, and I just pulled the pinks, greens, and blacks from that My Mind's Eye collection, and that worked out really nicely. That Wonder Years was perfect because we were joking, well, one, the time frame in which she's dressed up in, but also we were joking that she looked like Kimmy Gibbler, and so that TV show was on the same time as the Wonder Years. Anyway, it's a fun little, I know what I'll think when I see that phrase. So this is probably one of my favorites, but I struggled with it big time. But this was a sketch that we followed. I think it was from Chamel's Pinterest board. And just used this pink fresh vellum and stapled it onto a white background, and then worked with some layers and these gold hearts. And then I pulled in the gold and the title. And there's also gold hearts in the vellum itself. So did a little cluster up here, and then just some of these pink fresh words that matched the feeling behind the page. And I used this border strip from, it was like an old summer collection, very randomly had these colors in it. And it just worked in that pink and the peach that were showing up in the photo. This one here, mostly I think that My Mind's Eye. This was a Chamel sketch, and I just this is from a barbecue, end of the year Bible study barbecue that we always host at our house. And so I had two pictures that I couldn't really cut down because I wanted to get everyone in there. But it's one individual photo of my husband grilling, and so I was able to follow the sketch by using the two big photos here and the one little photo there. And just did some layers and embellishing around the photos and some journaling down there. Sorry, I was trying to speed up. Doesn't get too long here. How are we doing on time? Okay, we're getting there. So I did play with, actually before I do that one, I'm going to pull this. I played with that mermaid collection a little bit and decided after a couple layouts that I was going to give it to my daughter. And it was super cute, but a little too cutesy for me. So I pulled out some of the items I think I will use. I have the stamp set. So if I want to make a mermaid themed page, I think I can use a stamp set with regular supplies. But I did make one page with just that paper line, and then my daughter's gonna get the rest to play with, which she's gonna absolutely love because she's a mermaid freak right now. She loves mermaids. And so I made this, and this was a scrap lift. I think this was a big picture class I talked about earlier. And so I just made these little circles and then just kind of went this way, and that was super fun. So I used the stamp, but this was all from that mermaid collection. So it was cute, but I could just see myself being very limited with it. And so I pulled some of the pieces I thought that I would use. And I ended up pulling in some pieces later on for some other layouts that were mermaid themed. And then the rest will go to my daughter. And this is one of those. So this is mostly the My Mind's Eye. I use this paper like with the brush stroke paper because it to me screamed creativity and artsy. And so my daughter had very creatively made her own little mermaid fins here. So I just also then this is where I pulled in some of the mermaid theme stickers from the Echo Park line, and then just combined it with a bunch of the other products that I had on my table. There's My Mind's Eye, there's Target, I think most of this is My Mind's Eye. There's some Pink Fresh stickers I used. So I did pull in some of those pieces there. It's a funny story. She's so funny. This is the new Fancy Pants line, and I can't think of what it's called either because my brain apparently is not functioning right now. But here I pulled the pink, black, and white elements just going, based off the photos. And she had 2 tones of pinks in her shorts, and so I love that this matched that, and just did some layering of some of the doilies and the ephemera pieces and things that were in the line. And the flare puffy stickers, those were perfect just because I was taking them in succession with each other. Did some clustering up there of some things. So this one is also using that Fancy Pants line, and so it's such a pretty line. Like, this floral is so beautiful, and this is just a lot of just a couple layers this way, photos, and then just lots of layering here and layering here. And I journaled on those tags. This one was a scrap lift, I believe from Shamel's Pinterest board, I think. Or maybe we also went to the sketches on getitscrap.com. They have a sketch board as well. And I know we picked some of those. So it could have been from there. And so this is just fun. It was like, this was a banner. You had a photo here, small photo here, and then a photo down here. And then I just embellished or layered underneath here and over here. And so this was a layout about my daughter on her last day of school, moving on to 4th grade. And this is my oldest daughter moving on to 7th grade. So I use the same title, just switched out the grades. This one here looks like it's a mix. We have Pink Paisley, we have Fancy Pants. These stickers are from the Fancy Pants line. I love this size and color. I love those. I might have to get some more of those. Used an old card from, I don't even know what line this is from. Some of the My Mind's Eye paper back there. And this was also a sketch. I did a tag underneath there, a tag underneath here, and then journaled on this black and white striped paper. And then this is an old Bow Bunny line, like an old summary line. And I got it out and then just realized it wasn't very usable for me. It had some very themey stuff that I just didn't see myself using. But I did my best and I pulled out some of the bits and pieces I know I'll use. The rest will go to my kiddos. This is one of them. And again, this is also where I used that mermaid theme stamp. And this paper is perfect for a mermaid because it looks like fins. And her mermaid tail is multicolored, and and then she has a black and white and green on the top. So it just really worked well color-wise. And so I just took advantage of that and then just pulled in some of the Bow Bunny line, but also some other scraps and things. Kept it pretty simple. Use these clear buttons like they were bubbles. And these sequins, I think, were from Pink Fresh. So pretty simple page there as well. And then this one is also from that same line, very bright and summery. Works perfect with the photos, but just wasn't completely my style. I think it's probably a few years old, but I tried. I'll say that. I tried to use it, and I got a couple layouts made from it, but I think I'll probably call it good with that one. I can't think of what it was called. It was a summery one. It was very citrusy themed, a lot of oranges and things, and I just didn't see myself using a lot of it once I got it open and things. So I'm not for sure when I bought it or why I bought it or where I bought it, but it's all good. This one turned out, I thought, cute. Just was kind of a fun some photos of my daughter doing a slip and slide, and just did some layering of some papers and some cards, this banner, and then journal down here and title down here. So very simple. So got a lot done. It was so much fun. It was such a great weekend. I always love these weekends. And so, like I said, it kind of in the middle of some major projects, some rearranging and things in our basement. And so it might be a little bit before I have a new video. I am still working on my heritage series, but I also want to get back to my kits series. So just kind of bear with me as we get some housekeeping stuff done, and then I can get comfortably back into my room again. But I want to tell you guys, I did make one more layout this weekend, and I made a couple layouts a couple weeks ago that I am not showing because they will be featured on getitscrap.com. I was asked to be a creative team member, and I gladly, excitedly said yes. And I'm so excited. This is a completely new thing for me. Never done it before, and it's just been so much fun already. I've had some fun making the layouts and following some fun themes and things, and I'm excited to share my layouts with you on their blog, which is where they will be featured starting next month. Getitscrap.com is Debbie Hodges' site. I've been a member of her site for years, and I've always loved her site and her classes and her materials, and I'm very excited to be part of their team. So wanted to share that. So I will not show that layout because will be for an assignment. It was a lot of fun to make, a very fun idea that was behind the layout. So that makes it fun for me. So just wanted to share that with you guys. I imagine they'll be rolling out the details and stuff of the new creative team here pretty soon. But wanted to share that with you guys, as that's been something that I've been focused on lately, just kind of getting acclimated to all of that. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and happy scrapping. Bye-bye.